Welcome back to another episode of the High Altitude Training Institute. My name is Greg Reverdio, and this is week 14 of the Intermediate Half Marathon Training Plan. If you haven't watched the introduction video, I highly recommend that you do so. That video will give you information about three separate things. The first one is which of these training plans should you be following? We have a beginners, we have an intermediate, and we have an advanced training plan. The second thing is figuring out where you should be starting your training in these videos. This is a 20-week program, but maybe all you need is 16 weeks. So go on the website and figure out where you should be starting this plan. And finally, the last thing that it will do is help you with the pace. Which pace should you be doing on your easy run? Which pace should you be doing on your long run, on your tempo run, and all of that. That's all going to be in the introduction video. So go ahead and check it out. The link will be in the description below. Both the intermediate and the advanced training plan contain quite a few miles. A lot of these miles are easy runs, and we've talked about the easy run before and the importance of running at an easy pace. Now today I want to introduce the idea of running some of these runs on trails. If you're lucky enough to live in an area that has trails, it's a great way to mix things up by going on the trail. I do most of my easy runs on trails. And the reason is I have a lot of trails available in my neighborhood around in Prescott, and also it's a great way to work different muscles. Trails are great for working your ankle muscles, make them a little bit stronger. It's also great for balance. You're going to be pushing on the left side, on the right side of your foot, instead of just going forward and back all the time during an easy run on the road. In addition, I get a lot more climbing when I go on the trails, which is also great training, even during the easy runs. So I highly recommend that if you have access to trails, give it a shot if you've never done it before. If you've run trails before, keep incorporating them into your runs as a way to do your easy runs. Should you do your threshold runs on the trail? I don't recommend it. Should you do your long run on the trail? You can. Most of the time, your long run on the trail is going to be a lot slower, which means that you're going to spend more time on your feet, which is extremely beneficial. One thing that you should note about running on the trails, and we've talked about this before in a previous episode where we talked about running gear, is that you should try to get trail shoes if the trails you're running on are a little bit more technical. Your road shoes are not really designed to support your ankle and support your foot in the way that the trail shoes are. So if you don't have any trail shoes, I highly recommend that you get out there and get some. There's all different types, all different kinds depending on the type of terrain that you're going to run on, but they're really, really beneficial. Now let's take a look at this week's training plan. This is the third week in phase 2. Total mileage this week will be 29 miles, and we have 14 weeks until race day. If you're doing the 20-week training plan, this is week 7. On Monday, we're going to do our usual easy run, 4.5 mile. And on Tuesday, we're going to do the repetition run, 200 meters at repetition, followed by 200-meter jog, and then 200-meter at repetition pace, followed by 400-meter jog, and then 400-meter at repetition pace, followed by 200-meter jog. This is kind of a staple training for this training plan. You'll see this again and again, and we'll do 2 sets of that. Now this workout actually hurts quite a bit, so you should be feeling like you're being pushed at the end of that training run. This is a total of 5 miles, which includes 2 miles of warm-up and 1 mile of cool-down. On Wednesday, we're going to do a rest day. And then on Thursday, we're going to go out and do a steady 3 mile at T pace, our threshold pace. And when we're done with that, we're going to take a little bit of a break, just catch up our breath, and then we'll get into a 2 times 200 at repetition pace, followed by 200-meter jog in between. So 200 fast, 200 slow, 200 fast, 200 slow, and then that's it. Again, 2 mile of warm-up, 1 mile of cool-down, and that's going to take us to 6.5 miles. On Saturday, we'll have our easy run, and then on Sunday, we'll go out and do our long run and call it quit for the week. As always, please give us a like, leave us a comment if you have any question, and don't forget to subscribe. We have a lot more videos coming up for you in the near future. If you want more information about the High Altitude Training Institute and what we do, please go ahead and visit www.altitude.run. You'll find that we do offer coaching, and we also offer a custom training plan for other distances. And finally, we offer summer running camps at high altitude in the summer in Arizona. Join us, find out more information, and we will see you next week. Have a great week of training.